Got a quick update for you. I almost lost my Mavic 2 Pro today, and it was all my fault. Let's talk about it. So today I decided I was going to fly my Mavic 2 with my Crystal Sky. I love my Crystal Sky. It's a great display. It's nice and bright. Here in Texas, it's a very important factor, having brightness or an OLED or something like that that makes it possible for you to see your screen in the bright Texas sun. So I hadn't flown with the Mavic 2 and the Crystal Sky before, but no problem. I had already checked to make sure my versions were updated and all of that. At least I thought I had. And so when I got out to the site where I was scouting out, actually today I was scouting out a location for an idea I have, which is another video, and I look forward to having this one for you. Anyway, I started up the Crystal Sky. I started up the DJI 4 app, and it said that there was a software update, and so I was kind of surprised, but you know, it happens, and so I let it run its update. And then when it was finished, I went into the app as I would expect, and everything was looking fine. So I started up the propellers, launched that bad boy up, and got about 150 feet in the sky. And I'm checking out the scenery, what I wanted to start shooting, and I got my camera settings up, because I set up my camera settings once I'm in location in the air, not down on the ground, because, well, the light could be different depending on where I've gone. In any event, I started setting things up, but they looked wrong. There were things missing, and I also noticed in the settings section that I didn't have the ability to choose between the internal storage or the SD, and I thought that was rather strong. And but I set up my camera settings and went back out into the main screen on the Crystal Sky in the DJI 4 app, and I tapped on the shutter button and nothing happened. I tapped it again, nothing happened. I tapped on the screen out onto the main area, and it made the appropriate indications like it was trying to do tap to focus, and I then says, huh, because that's what I do when I'm confused. I say, huh, and I tapped the little icon to switch from camera to video. Nothing happened. I got nothing. So I tapped it again, nothing. Tapped the shutter button again, nothing. At this point, I realized that I also no longer have control of the quadcopter. Moving the sticks don't do a dang thing. So I begin to go into what's lovingly known as panic mode. No, I didn't panic. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, okay, what have I got going on? What can I do? And I realized that there's something wrong with this Crystal Sky setup at this point. So I did something that I'm not sure if it was the right action or not, but I did it anyway. What I did was I reached down and unplugged the USB from my Crystal Sky, and guess what? It gave me back my stick control. Now I don't have my camera and all of that, but I didn't really care at this point. I just wanted to get my copter back. So I landed the Mavic 2, no problems. It was in line of sight the entire time, so bringing it back home was really easy. And realized that something was wrong, and the camera was the big deal. So I went back into the screens. I restarted everything a couple of times and couldn't fix it. Finally, at one point, when I started up, I got back to the screen, and I realized, and I should have seen this right away, that the icon and the text on the main intro screen were of a Mavic Pro, not of a Mavic 2 Pro. And in fact, the title said Mavic Pro, not Mavic 2. So I went, went to the selection screen and scrolled through the list, and there was no Mavic 2 anywhere to be found on there. At that point, I realized that I probably had the wrong version on here, and I had remembered, of course, after the fact, that they didn't have support in the original firmware, or the original software for the Mavic 2, that there was an update for it. So I Googled on my phone and checked, and sure enough, I had the wrong version. So that's my story. Essentially, I almost lost the Mavic 2 because I did something stupid and didn't check to make sure that I had the latest version of the application as well. So what's the lesson here? I normally have a checklist that I follow through, and in this case I had done some of it before I left the house. I had made sure that I had no updates to be done. For some reason I did not notice the notification on the Crystal Sky saying that I had an update available. That was the mistake. So now I've added to my checklist all of the normal things that I check through, and check the app version as well, and that, I hope, will solve that problem. At the end of the day, I didn't lose the copter. Everything is fine, and you know, I also learned some other stuff about doing some location scouting. It turns out that what I want to do is not possible with the cameras on either of my birds. I need a wider angle lens. Is this an excuse to buy an Inspire 2? Probably not. Anyway, that's it for today. I thank you for watching, and as always, my friends, stay grumpy.